for a while, seeing that we're super early in the DAO space, and thinking about the kind of solutions that people might need and might want to have when bringing these kind of projects to life. The project was inspired really by the collaborative energy of MCon. The goal is to onboard and accelerate new DAOs, communities, projects, and contributors into the Ethereum and extended Ethereum ecosystem. We really still don't know the true power of DAOs, but I'm almost positive that they're going to play a massive pivotal role in evolving the way we work in the coming years. And that's what I think that all of our partners also believe, which is why they're here to support this project. As you guys all know, communities are difficult to build. They often lack the ability to coordinate, they can be unsustainable, and they have challenges retaining contributors. So after MCon, we saw the power of bringing all these people together, talking about solutions, and we believe the IRL events are kind of crucial to bring people into a same space, give them a chance to connect, and it's just a better environment for learning, really. So generating ideas, finding alignment, and finding team members who want to hack on cool stuff together. So that's where the impetus for the project came from. And I'll talk a little bit about the founding team, who are just such stellar contributors. Jeremy, Amos, Helmus, myself, and then help from the allies as well, Boiler Rat, Rome, and a couple other people. Jeremy's a core contributor at DAO House. He's a member of the Meta Cartel. He's been working on the systems design, the DAO operation, and community engagement for the projects he works on, and the MetaPod as well. Heading up operations, designing the DAO, thinking about community strategy and DAO relations. Amos is also a core contributor at DAO House. He leads the Rangers side, so community, supporting Mage Smiths as well, working on product work streams. He's been doing comms, so all the great tweets you see online, as well as designing the accelerator program, which will follow the IRL event 2 weeks after the kickoff in Denver. Helmas, operations guy, coordination, partnerships, formerly from the Index Co-op, now heading up the Metamolic Grants program, and just recently finished launching the Gringotts DAO. Myself, just a DAOist, propped up by the Meta Cartel. Was fortunate enough to find the Raid Guild and DAO House, really trying to thread the needle between evangelism and advocacy for this new technology, which has been a crazy ride, but I think you meet a lot of allies along the way, and which is why they brought me in to help with the MetaPod specifically. And another quick shout out for Boiler Rat and Rome, who have just been crushing it, helping us kind of move the needle here. So yeah, that's high level. That's where we're coming from. I want you guys to be super cognizant that we're gonna keep this thing dialed in on time. We want to make super fast transitions between our speaker slots so that everyone has a chance to speak, and all of the people who are here today participating have an opportunity to give their pitch and put it in front of the panel judges so that everyone can vote on all the proposals. We'll go into the voting mechanics here in a second, but if you have questions, ask them in Discord in a text channel. There is a discussion channel that is available there for you under the gym training section. And if you want to talk to that person about their pitch, ask that question in that channel and get some feedback going, get discussions going. It's totally fine to do while new pitches are happening, or you can follow up in post. So we will jump into voting mechanics a little bit. So all the roles you see in Discord, the meta guides, sponsors, allies, advisors, and pilot program ops roles have 10 votes each. Voting will be open during the pitches as well as following the event throughout this weekend. You'll have until Sunday to get final votes in. That's like 11:59 MST on Sunday, because we want to announce this thing on Monday. The final 10 qualifiers, basically. So program participants will not be able to vote for obvious reasons. And for those of you guys who are voting sponsors, it is key that you use all of your votes to give the teams who are presenting the best chance of making it to Denver. So if you have any questions about voting, feel free to ask in chat and we'll help solve that for you. So a quick shout out for our ecosystem partners. It's Raid Guild, Meta Gamma Delta, Tally, YapDAO, Gitcoin, Rare Pizzas, and the Mystic Whales for kind of jumping in and helping support and throwing some operational support and budget behind this thing as well. and I want to move quickly into a 10-minute section that's going to let our kind of key sponsors talk a little bit about why they wanted to support this program and how they see themselves interfacing with the program participants of MetaPod. So just do a 2-minute each. Boiler Rat's got a nice little bell, so at the 2-minute mark, we'll just usually ring a little bell. No need to take all the time if you don't want to, but I'll just choose each org, and then I'll give you guys 2 minutes to just talk quickly about why you're here and what you want to come out of this thing. So I'm going to go right down the list. I'm going to start with you, Victor, from MetaPod Ventures.
Thanks, Taylor. Yeah, I'm Victor Rourkevet. MetaPod Ventures is an investment DAO. It's on-chain. It's the first legally created on-chain investment DAO, and it's comprised of a number of MetaCartel community members that are builders and investors and other people that really want to see the space grow. And we invest in a lot of early stage Web3 startups with a particular focus on like infrastructure and tooling solutions. One of the things that really drives a lot of our kind of investment interest is our pain and things that suck in the space and how hard it is to coordinate ourselves. We've been in existence for a couple of years. We've had a number of challenging sort of DAO organization issues that we've muddled our way through, and we have a pretty clear idea about sort of some ways to help kind of structure DAO operations, communications, and to allocate sort of credit for contributions. So very interested in the space in general, always looking for people that are helping, trying to sort of build out the space, solve problems that we all have, and very happy to be here and looking forward to seeing what you guys have and hopefully have an opportunity to help people sort of realize a vision that takes away some of our pain. Thanks.
Perfect. Look at that. 1 minute, 30 seconds. You're a master. Gonna bump on to Anthony from Seed Club. Okay, if you don't have speaking permissions, we'll get those over to you. Let's move on to Balance. Rick, are you here? Can we check and make sure these guys have speaker permissions in this channel?
One quick note, I had to leave and come back in to get it, so the others.
Okay, yeah, so just refresh your browser. You can hit Command R and it should refresh your whole setup and you'll have new permissions because we just applied those. So let's go to, yes?
Hey, it's Anthony from Seed Club.
There we go, yeah, go for it.
I had to leave and rejoin. Appreciate your patience here. And I did want to say thank you very much for putting this event together. Really appreciate the time and investment you guys are putting into this and as a result into the ecosystem. I think the reason that Seed Club and Seed Club Ventures are excited about this opportunity is from a very similar perspective. Like, we are doing everything we can to grow this ecosystem. So Seed Club is itself an accelerator for DAOs and communities, looking to onboard and help people looking to leverage things like NFTs and social tokens and community tokens to create new value in the Web3 ecosystem. And Seed Club Ventures, likewise, is investing in DAO tooling and DAO infrastructure projects. So really, no matter whether you're a DAO, you're looking to serve a DAO, you're looking to contribute to a DAO, I think Seed Club is really at the heart of that ecosystem, and excited to participate here and support. I think the ethos we have both at Seed Club and Seed Club Ventures is really to make the entrepreneurs and the DAO contributors and the DAO builders the heroes of the story. So without further ado, I will let you guys take the show on the road. Thank you very much again.
Amazing, perfect. Let's try Rick again. Did you get your permissions?
Oh, baby. Hey, everybody.
There we go.
Yeah, I've been contributing to a bunch of things in the Ethereum space for a while, and been bringing back an old project I used to run called Balance, with an intense focus on the Apple ecosystem and the new opportunities presented by the Safari iOS extensions API. So we've built a prototype that I'd love all of you to use whenever you get a chance. And really our whole pitch is to kind of convince dApp developers to adapt their dApp for mobile Safari. Safari is the #1 mobile browser in many countries. It consumes most of the energy of the Ethereum community, but it doesn't yet have great integrations with Ethereum. And so we're starting on mobile and then bringing it to macOS, but the main focus is on making dApps on mobile much better. So I'll post the test flight link in the channel, and just really excited to see the different projects and meet some of you in Denver. So thanks so much.
Amazing. Dystopia Labs, you're up next.
Hey, so excited to be here. So Dystopia Labs, we're a grassroots education org. We run a bunch of technical summits. And we would just love to have people that are building cool shit speak at our events. And that's it.
Amazing. All right, DAO House, take it away.
Hey, this is Deacon from DAO House. Thanks for having us. This is awesome that you guys are pulling this off, and really excited to meet everyone in Denver. Yeah, DAO House, we're a community of people that just really love DAOs and thinking about how they work. We build tools to help DAOs function, and yeah, just excited to see what's going on with this, and excited to see you guys in Denver.
Perfect. And did Zach make it in from Protocol Labs? Looks like they're running a little bit late. No worries. Quick shout out for Protocol Labs. Probably know what they're doing. Some amazing stuff. And then a shout out for the other folks who are here as well. Griff, did you make it into the channel?
I made it.
There we go.
Yeah,
Giveth,
so
take it away.
thanks, man. Thanks, Yeller. I can't wait to see everybody in Denver. Giveth is a DAO focused on impact, right? Building the future of giving. And I got a secret. The future of giving is DAOs. It is not donations. We are strongly into the idea of being able to reward the people who are making the world a better place, the people who are focused on satisfying collective wants and needs. And we think DAOs are the way to do it. So we're really interested in any kind of reward systems, research, anything that's impact driven, anything that helps transition from donations to rewards. And you know, we believe that there will be a world where microeconomies compete to provide public services that only governments and nonprofits provide. And there's a huge opportunity. It's the biggest opportunity that no one's talking about in Web3. The only competition in this space is nonprofits and governments. And I'm confident that the people in this room are the ones that are going to bring huge impact into the world by making it a win-win. So any kind of cool DAO governance issues that especially bottom-up focused, and special shout out to reward systems. I think I already mentioned. I really want to see people start battle testing things like source cred and applying Discord bots and other things in cool ways that can help DAOs track who's contributing and adding value and distribute tokens to them.
There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect, Griff, the man with the vision, the man who actually started it all for me. And whoever was that, OG. Super glad to have everyone here, and a quick shout out for the One Hive team, Poap, and Tally as well for throwing in their support. So let's move on to keep ourselves on track and talk about the pitches. So we're going to be using a bell timer. Can you ring that bell for us, Boiler Rat?
Sure. I actually have an egg shaker that might be a little less obnoxious.
Send it.
How's that?
There you go, guys. Perfect. Just a couple of shakes of the shaker. We'll be good to go.
I could go with that, but I just think an hour and a half of that might get a little annoying. So we'll go with the egg shaker. That might be
too much. All right, we're going with gentle egg shaker.
That shaker will be a 30-second warning.
Yep, shaker will be a 30-second warning. He's going to come in, give you 30 seconds. So we have 20 pitches starting right now. 2 minutes per pitch. That gives us 50 minutes. And then we'll go into some deliberation and talk about the event at the end of those sections. So want to give everyone a chance to get through their proposals. If people have trouble connecting their audio or their slides or speaking, we are going to bump you automatically and move to the next person on the list. We'll give you a chance to make sure everything's set up and everything's good, but we don't want to have too much lag in between speakers. So without further ado, starting us off, Ava from Art VX, the stage is yours. Ava, do you have permissions? Have you refreshed your browser? Okay, she is refreshing her browser, so we're going to move on to IRL Art from the IRL Underground.
Go.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Oh, there we go. All right, Ava from ArtXV, please take it away.
All right, also, I'm going to share my screen first. I haven't started yet. Let me just get the technical bits here. All right. Just want to check.
Perfect. Yep, everyone should be able to see her screen, so click on the live share button.
Awesome. So I'm good to go?
Fire away. You got 2 minutes, starting now.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ava. I'm a computer science student from London, and I'm the founder of ArtXV, which is the first NFT collective for neurodivergent artists. That's any disability or condition that involves brain function that differs to the norm, including autism, ADHD, bipolar. You get the picture. Disability is the largest minority group in the entire world, yet it is one of the least represented. And this all started with my autistic sister Tara, who's an artist that was continuously dismissed by the traditional art world when they'd find out she was autistic. They would tell us, go make a charity and sell her art on that, go make an Etsy account and sell little postcards. And this was a common story amongst all of our artists. And it became very clear the traditional art world does not take disabled artists seriously. So I decided to find a new space. One that embraces change, wants to stray away from elitist governing bodies, one that will not look past our artist differences, but embrace them. And that's how RxV came to be. Now, I could talk about Web3 and how it'll be huge for disabled people in terms of inclusion, accessibility. I could talk about how accessibility isn't just, or inclusion isn't just onboarding women. I could tell you how Picasso was neurodivergent. I could tell you all that, but instead, I want to focus on one of our artists, Caleb, because that's what RxV is all about. It's about the specific people and the specific stories. So while I just talk about Caleb, I'm going to share this. Caleb is an artist from England. He never thought he could create, but he started doodling to help his anxiety. Oh, is my time up? I thought it took 30 seconds.
No, you got...
We have 2 timers? Why do we have 2 timers?
No, I was just... Sorry.
Okay,
that
no
was
worries.
my...
Yourself.
Yep.
30 seconds.
Okay, perfect. I'll just end on this. So this is Caleb. He's an artist from England. He never thought he could create. He's autistic, but he started doodling to help with his anxiety associated with autism. He was undiscovered, struggled to enter the art world, and in the past 17 years hadn't spoken to anyone besides his family and his best friend. This week we had our first group call as a collective, and for the first time in 17 years, Caleb spoke to us as a group, shared his life, his art, his hopes and dreams and stories. This is what RxV is all about. Thank you, everyone.
Amazing. Thank you, Ava. So for the next speaker, please make sure you share your whole screen, not just your Discord screen, because we were not able to see what you were looking at, Ava. Just to be totally transparent. It's okay. You're going to have a chance. No worries. So we're going to move right on to the IRL Art team. Who's our representative from IRL Art? Is Annie here?
Yes, it's me, and I
Take it away.
I'm sharing my screen. Can you see it?
Let me see. Click Annie. Looks good to me. Hello, I'm Annie. Take it away.
Hello, I'm Annie, the founder of IRL Art. IRL Art is a collective of artists, art directors, and developers with a focus on high-impact creative projects. We run an independent NFT gallery and music venue in Denver, Colorado called IRL Underground. We are the art stewards of ETH Denver and have produced the art gallery and auction at ETH Denver since 2019. We have multiple large art festivals this year. We are integrating AR, NFTs, and the metaverse too. We are committed to bridging digital to physical. Our goals are to transition into an employee ownership cooperative DAO following in the footsteps of organizations like Opolis and Spork DAO, launch an IRL token, and expand our current gallery and venue model to include a makerspace with the support and partnership of MetaFactory and other DAOs. We are highly collaborative and care deeply about cross-organizational support. We hope the makerspace component will be a resource hub of equipment and tools available for our collective and the larger art community to be able to bring bigger dreams to life. One of those dreams is an IRL metaverse arcade. Hey, we already have an NFT claw machine, so we are already well on our way. We have now onboarded over 500 artists into NFTs through our educational efforts and group art exhibits. We rebuild all of our physical gallery exhibits in multiple metaverses as architecturally accurate. Oh, all right.
Oh, you got 30 seconds. You're
Oh,
good.
30 seconds.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
We rebuild all of our physical. Our intention is to promote accessibility so that anyone in the world can experience as closely as possible what we are building IRL, as well as to document this important transition we are co-creating, which we believe will be a major part of art history. We want to go far together. We hope you'll help us. Thank you. And here's some links to find our work online.
Perfect. You made it. All right, guys. We're doing good. So remember, when you hear the shaker, it's just a 30-second warning. So just ignore it and keep going.
Oh,
Up next, Zico from DAO Based Podcast. Zico, are you here?
I don't think they're here.
All right, we're going to skip right over and give Young Kid Warrior from Shenanigan the stage.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello,
And your
hello.
time starts now.
Let me share my screen really fast. Let me get this going first. And is my time started or no?
You better share your screen or else you're burning daylight. There we go. Okay, we'll start your timer now, right now, Boiler Rat.
Okay, yeah, my name is Victor. I'm speaking on behalf of the She community. I really think She has one main meta narrative that we follow, and that's that at some point in time, all of us, for the most part, were athletes. And the fact that you're not an athlete anymore is not really entirely our fault. The big problem is that if you're an athlete, you have to work for nothing and you have to go till you're 18 and hopefully you get sponsorship or a job, pay for your own college, do your own thing. And that creates a massive underutilized asset class, not only in not only in like basic non-professional, but also in like professionals as well, like Olympians and other aspects. Now, the solution that we have for that is specifically a really forward-thinking token model. We're really hoping that we can create a contribution mechanism or something that like a data type for athletes, similar to something that like models have on Instagram or even DAO contributors have in DAOs. As of now, there's no home for athletes on the internet that actually gives them the opportunity to focus on their sport. Even professional athletes, they really have issues with marketing. They spend a lot of time doing things that actually don't benefit them or their fans. Yeah, 30 seconds. Pretty much the main thing we want to do with these NFTs.
Did we lose you? All right. It sounds like we lost you towards the end there, but thank you very much. And let's move on to Hot Kartoffel from DoW Native.
Hey, can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay, I'll just share my screen as a backdrop. So this is just, so I'm Ben from DAO Native. Along with my co-founder, Laurent, we're building a platform to easily create and coordinate the DAO. So the problem that we're seeing is that people spend a lot of time like researching and picking tools to do governance, treasury, task management, bounties, reward system, and so on. But in the end, people just want to get stuff done. And even after you finish setting everything up, you're still left with the question, now what? So the reason as to why we are building DAO Native is, first of all, to reduce the amount of upfront decisions. So it's easier to make for people to get started. And also, we think people don't build a DAO just for the sake of creating a DAO. People start a DAO to create some kind of value. So the solution we're building is a platform, all-in-one platform with an emphasis on a KPI-driven reward system to get stuff done. Right now, we just started 2 weeks ago. We just have a landing page, but we already close to have a private alpha that we're planning to release right before East Denver. That's going to allow you to have just a treasury and a bottom-up reward system. We're just starting with those things because we feel those are the core pieces that help you basically to create value very early on. That's it. That's all the time I need. Thank you for listening.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, moving on. Lucia from Crypto Cheetahs. Lucia, did you make it today? Oh. I do not see you. All right, cool. We're going to move right on. Disruption Joe, my man with the Sybil project.
Hey, everybody. You hear me?
Welcome.
All right, welcome to the worst put together presentation that you've ever seen.
I doubt that highly. Take
I
it
have
away,
some
2
solid
minutes.
graphics here. All right, so the idea is that we need Sybil protection in the space because like you can't do a lot of things like one human, one vote, which would be really nice to do. You can't just randomly throw things out there like a tip party and say, like, hey, anybody who's in this room, enjoy it because I know you're all unique humans and nobody's trying to game the system. So what really happens is that like at Gitcoin, we see that more mechanisms, more data from the grants gives us an opportunity to gain the intelligence we need to provide Sybil resistance, which makes our system more legitimate. We can scale up more, which gives us more mechanisms, more data. So there's kind of two flywheels working in tandem. And one of them is Sybil resistance. Now, FTD that I run is a, it's mandated to working for Gitcoin. However, there's a lot of data that's out there that could help us find Sybil things. Right now, we're getting data from like GitHub and Gitcoin and on chain, but we could get data from Bright ID, Snapshot Labs, and really absolutely anywhere there's good data that has something relevant to show us. Could be built into the features in the machine learning that we use. So my thought is, why would they give you data? Because you'd start a DAO, a Sybil detection DAO, sub DAO, whatever you want to call it, child DAO, utter DAO, I don't care. The issuance from the DAO would then pay the partners who are contributing data, therefore decentralizing the data. You reward them from an issuance curve. This is a nice issuance curve. After you've built for a bottom up and starting a governance frameworks that you see as working with proven leadership. And then you might ask yourself, like, why decentralize it? Well, feature engineering, you could have an open source feature engineering pipeline rewarded through source cred. You could have model training built using Numerai meta models and signals architecture. You could validate statistical validation via lots of human evaluations. And with a large enough number of human evaluators, which you could get by rewarding them through their issuance curve, you could actually teach the algorithm that's moderating the community to think like the community rather than like some asshole at Facebook. And a cool thing, curating that is actually a very human thing, which would help us find that the people who are doing it are actually human. So it enforce it even more. Here's a picture that's just for fun. And if you want to look at my latest budget proposal for FTD, that would split something like this out into a new DAO. Cool. And then I think this is just a slide that yeah.
You nailed it. Perfect. Thanks, Joe. Super appreciate it. All right, moving on. We got Matt Wright from the WagMe community.
What's up, y'all? You guys hear me?
Yeah, buddy. Do you need to turn your screen on?
Don't need to stream. No worries.
Perfect.
Cool.
To go.
Awesome. Thanks, Heather. Yeah, so I'm Matt Wright. Currently at Consensus. I lead a lot of our community and DAO initiatives. Was previously at JP Morgan working on private Ethereum client Quorum, leading community for open source developers as well. So long story short, been in community for a very long time. Here with I Speak Nerd as well. He's our maintainer for WGMI. And we're on a mission to bring more community professionals to Web3. There's a huge talent gap for these roles in the space right now. And we've all identified that these are vital roles for Web3 projects, spanning from NFTs to DeFi to open source tooling, et cetera. So right now, as a DAO, we're looking to open source research such as standards, strategies, and tools that will support this future workforce. We're looking to design boot camps and workshops to help grow that talent pool and the space overall. And then lastly, we're looking to build a de facto service DAO for community development in Web3. And so, yeah, right now we're about 1,300 members in our Discord. We've got about 35 contributors. And yeah, we're looking to raise some grant funding so we can establish governance and think through the DAO, the DAOification process of this crazy organism we got going on.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Matt. Moving on, Angelo from Build. Take it away.
Everyone, let me share my screen here. So I'm Angelo, founder of Build. So what we are is a multiverse co-working DAO. Can everyone see the screen? I just get a
yeah, we can see your
okay,
screen.
cool.
We can start the timer now.
All right, great. Okay, so crap, get rid of that. Okay, so
Get
it's
rid of that guy.
multiverse co-working. Yeah, multiverse co-working DAO growing startup cities around the world. So what that means is we're focused on really the wedge of co-working, starting with the problem of, you know, real estate first, community second co-working spaces are very try hard. So okay, so they're very try hard silo experiences amongst unrelated tenants. You know, we all know what happened in WeWork with community adjusted EBITDA. You know, they throw a ping pong table in there and say, you know, community is kind of an afterthought. So in the Web3 DAO world, community first, real estate second co-working spaces are really the future. So tenants are already bonded before occupying the physical space, meaning you have day one occupancy and higher retention. And we've all seen the proliferation of online communities that make it a perfect opportunity to form them and actually occupy the physical space. So what we've done actually very early on, this is actually this is the first time we're kind of announcing this, but more or less we merged parts of our entities with a community that's been building communities offline first for the last 10 years. And they are now active in 7 states with government contracts, college contracts, with the whole community first, real estate second approach to co-working. I have a little more details on kind of the products that are actually being built to go ahead and tackle this opportunity, but I figured showing the app probably works better than anything else. So, for example, here again, this is the first flagship place that's in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and we've listed it here. People who are staking physical spaces will actually get token rewards for providing the space to the network, and then the people who are actually using the network from a NFT passport that they would buy, we would check to make sure that they have the NFT passport, and then they can go ahead and actually reserve this space. And out the gate, we'll have spaces in Panama City, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. We're working on getting one in London, Brisbane, Australia, and we have no shortage of inbound commercial office spaces to go ahead and launch this product. So very excited to share with you.
Thank you, Angelo.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Awesome. Okay, moving on. We got G2 from the Creative Platform on the stage. G2, good to go. Got that mic on, brother? G2.
Yes, I'm here.
Check 1 2. All right, good. Live. I can
Screen.
see your screen.
Awesome.
Take it away. Timer starts now.
All right. Many brands spend on average 26% of revenues and marketing on advertising. We at Creative Platform will leverage these resources to connect creators directly with the brands who need their assets, whether they be images, videos, music, anything that can be minted and or that can be digitized. Presenting in a trending NFT competition platform, the experience of finding the assets will be as important as the asset itself. The competition will garner fan engagement. The winning creative product will go on to sell for the brands who funded the competition, and creators will be paid directly for their work. Key factors for building the business include hiring additional developer support, adding business development to help assist efforts of onboarding brands and companies to facilitate NFT campaigns. And we're looking for 10K in funding. Our platform brings creators, brands, and fans together in a competitive and rewarding playing for collaboration and the creation of collaborative commercial NFTs with utility. Our go-to-market strategy consists of an initial email announcement to get users excited, a landing page to educate the target audience about the platform that links users to the actual application, promotion on social media in coordination with our partners following our beta launch, highlighting the benefits and use cases, which is the most crucial part that helps us get customers flowing in. POAP distributions and raffles to win free NFTs that serve utility within our application will be done, as well as distributing additional reputation points to creators that will help them become eligible to mint an NFT that unlocks career boosts within the creative platform. Thank you.
Money, great video, my man. All right, moving on. Patricia Infinity from In This Land.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
So-
Want to get
okay.
you?
Is
Want to
it
share
live?
anything?
Do you see
Yeah.
anything?
Let's
Yes.
see. All right. Yeah,
Cool.
looking good. Take it away.
Okay.
Timer starts
Great.
now.
Okay. Can you tell me, does it switch? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's
Okay,
switching from
perfect.
slide to
Great,
slide.
great, great.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so my name is Patricia Echeverria, and I'm one of the founders of Metasueños, which is a Web3 native storytelling and production studio created to bring underrepresented voices and marginalized communities into the blockchain. And In This Land is our first project, which is designed to leverage the Ethereum ecosystem to digitize stories and cultures that are disappearing in the real world, and in turn bring cultures and stories of marginalized communities into the blockchain. This project was inspired by a small Bedouin village that was about to be destroyed in 2018 thanks to the support of activists and the media. This village was saved. And we were inspired by this particular story and asked ourselves, what if we could digitize some of these histories and cultures that are disappearing into perpetuity on the blockchain? So while we tend to focus on the future while we build Web3, rarely do we actually take the time to look at the past or look at marginalized communities that are on the fringes. So at In This Land, we're interested in exploring and looking at some of these more marginalized spaces in the real world. So our goal is to preserve cultures and spaces that are disappearing in the real world by one, digitizing some of these spaces and traditions, and some of the tools that we use are photogrammetry and volumetric video, and bringing these spaces, stories, and cultural heritage into the blockchain. And the ways that we do so are through expert storytelling. And the idea is really to connect those marginalized communities directly to the blockchain. So we've already started digitizing some of these worlds, and we'll be funding first an extra narrative native to Web3. And in the phase 3, the idea is really to connect the artists and craftsmen from these communities directly to the blockchain and to support their cultural heritage projects. At the core, we fundamentally believe in the principles of decentralization, and ultimately we're aiming to build an Ethereum ecosystem that is multifaceted, diverse, and accessible to all. We are looking for funding and DAOification tools and support. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Patricia. Sounds amazing. All right, up next we have Dozer, Animus Festival. Dozer, did you make it in today? Seems like not. We're gonna move over to Shung Ka Kim Oki from Light. Sorry if I butchered that.
Yes, that's the correct pronunciation. Thank you. Oh, I'm sharing the screen.
Yeah, feel free to take it away. And Patricia, you can just deprecate yours.
Okay.
All right. It looks like your screen share is live. And start the time.
Okay. Hi, I'm Shun. I'm the founder of Light. Light is Twitter for DAOs. Right now, it's hard to see what's happening in DAOs because the data is dispersed in different places. Light solved this by enabling you to follow, query, and organize information based on your DAO activity. Let me show you the demo. One, you can showcase your assets, your NFTs, POAPs, and show the world what DAOs you belong in. Two, you can follow people on other DAOs. And you can explore other DAOs, kind of like this, and communities. And we're planning to make it so that it's a feed and you'll be able to query information on not just your DeFis, but also DAOs and off-chain activities as well. We're planning to launch this kind of next week. Let me know if we're a good fit for MetaPod. I'll be happy to work with DAOs to kind of integrate this, and maybe if it's helpful for DAOs. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Up next, we're going to go to Shugo Fee. Shugo, do you have speaker permissions? If not, try to refresh your Discord and you should have them. So we'll move on to, we'll try Dozer again. Dozer, did you get your speaker permission set up?
Yeah, can you hear
All
me?
right. Yeah, you're sounding good.
Awesome. And can you see my stream? Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's firing up right now, so I'll kick the timer off right now.
Cool. Are those slides changing?
Slides are working. Yep, working just fine.
Great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So hi, my name is Alexandria, and I'm a musician, visual artist, and founder of Animus DAO. And Animus is creating a platform for communities to build their own festivals. Our mission is to become a decentralized global collective focused on creating unique, locally curated live experiences in the physical world and the metaverse. So many of us have heard of Coachella, EDC, Glastonbury. These top tier festivals have reported between 10 and 30 million gross, known for high production quality and curation. Millions flock to their events. But massive festivals like these are bottlenecks for innovation and gatekeepers to talent. So these festival models are in need of disruption. They have high budget costs, popularity algorithms, gate talent bookings, slow funding processes, so many issues. So whether you want to organize or participate in a music and art festival, the odds are stacked against you. As a musician, I felt this pain when I spent half my career fighting an uphill battle with social media just for a spot to play. And as an organizer, I felt this struggle when I threw my first festival this past August. Just before we had to launch our festival for Animus, the venue owner canceled last minute. And even though it seemed impossible, just one solution answered this problem and a host of others: our community. So in less than 3 weeks, members in the Animus community were able to source new venue, cut production costs, and provide booking opportunities for all local performers. And we witnessed firsthand how this new model of collaboration utilizing DAO practices enables creative innovation and yields fast results. So we started creating the infrastructure that our growing community needed to continue creating events and experiences. Oh, I'm going to move on to the next one because I hear 30 seconds. So here are our milestones right now. In less than 3 months, we've grown to 160 members. We have 3 city teams in Denver, Detroit, and Austin planning a festival for this coming April. And a bit of our revenue model: event tickets, we're launching a social token, VIP fan subscription, and digital goods, including NFT collections. This is our team. Me, we've got some community leads. The Rattle is also our mentor team. They're a community of hackers, builders, and inventors, and they're helping us build this. So we're looking for to add partners, cohorts to our community, anyone who wants to be a part of building the future. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dozer. Looking forward to coming to one of the festivals. All right, Shugo, let's try you again. Shugo from Fee, take it away.
Okay, thank you. Phi, actually.
Oh, Phi, got it. Phi Fee, Fee Phi.
Could you see my screen?
No, I do not see your screen.
Oh, really? One more time, like, sorry.
One more. All right, we are gonna. Yeah, while
sorry.
we. Yeah.
Could you see my screen?
Almost had it, but it went away.
What? You can see my screen?
No, we cannot see your screen.
Okay. I already
gonna...
like posted my the URL of my slide discussion. That's why like yeah, maybe you guys see my.
We'll talk it. We'll talk it through. Let's do that. We'll start the timer now.
Thank you.
2 minutes.
Yeah. Like, my name is Shugo, and our project name is Phi. Yeah, what is Phi? The Phi is a decentralized community-owned metaverse based on your ENS domain and your on-chain activity data to embody the concept crypto's metaverse. There are 5 concepts, 5 summary. The Phi is gonna be built on Starknet, GK Layer 2, and there are 2 components: the Phi end based on your ENS, and the Phi object based on your on-chain activity data. And how it works, like the first layer is the ENS, and like there's Phi end, and there is Phi object. Then and you can like place the any like Phi object, your like favorite place on your Phi end, and the Phi end has like XY coordinates, and you can on Phi end by connecting your ENS domains to the coordinate points, and like one object like. Yeah, and like Phi object example is like maybe like based on your own activity. That's why like if you use like 3 swaps on the Uniswap, that's gonna be the requirements to claim your the file object. And like that's why like you can claim a lot of file object from your on-chain activity data, and you can like design and you can praise your own round to show other people, and also like DAOs DAOs also have like ENS domain, right? So maybe bankless.ether. So that's why like DAOs can own the file end, and the DAOs can create the community. Also like DAOs can use the file object as their like reward for the contributors, right? That is our concept. And then like maybe you can see some visual on my pitch slide. Thank you for listening. Like lastly, our team's like Twitter, and there is our project Twitter, and please contact us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sugo. Super appreciate it. And coming up on the halfway point with speakers right now, just want to remind the meta guides, the advisors, and the sponsors that you can vote on projects that you really like while you're thinking about it by going into the vote section and project you like the most. Up next, we have Kohei from Compi.
Kohei, it's let me share
Kohei,
my screen.
my apologies. Kohei.
No worries. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, it looks like it's coming online now. I can see your Discord server now. There we go.
Oh,
that's your
really?
slides.
Discord server?
No, you were doing it right. It was going over the slides.
Oh, all right. I'll go without slide.
No, you had it. You had it, man. Just send it right back up.
Okay. 先に言ってくれたら俺らやってた。
There you go. I can see it. Yep. And I see your compy slide.
Somebody is speaking now.
Can we mute somebody? Just mute anyone who's not. Go ahead.
All right. Let's get started.
Okay, we'll
So
start the
hello,
timer
everyone.
now for you.
All right, thank you. Hello, everyone. So my name is Kohei from Compi. So Compi is a protocol for self-governing and flexible vesting compensation for DAOs. For example, a contributor can receive a monthly compensation level of stablecoin plus discounted native token as they like. And the discount rate will depends on lockup period they choose. So why it's better? Because the current compensation is is really broken. But for Compi, it's all handled by the contributor themselves. So it will reduce the process and decision complexity, and also it will improve the decentralization of decision making. And most important part is it will reward more to the contributors who have long-term conviction of the protocol. So how it works? So simple. Like DAO pulls compensation for each month to Compi, and then contributor can set the ratio of stablecoin to native token of DAOs, and then set a lockup period for the native token as they like. Then a set amount of stablecoin will be sent to their wallet, and rest of the native token will be locked in the Compi. So of course, like they can check it out, the amount of token and lockup period on the app. So finally, so why we are doing this? Because last year I started contributing to Index Gold, and all right, and then I completely fall in love with DAOs, especially the working part, like coordination with everybody worldwide. But the thing is, I thought compensation design in every DAOs are really broken, and so we wanted to build a simple and also autonomous compensation tool, so that we can make working at DAOs as in a more mainstream way of work. And I think that's what we are trying to achieve. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much for presenting. All right, next up we have Sinjin from Buy Back Our Attention.
Hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, but I see you. One moment. Whoa!
Can you
Laheim.
see my
All right.
screen?
I'm glad you are alive. Take it away.
Thank you. My name is Sinjun. I am the creator of Buyback Our Attention, and this is a community-owned mental health initiative. And what we're doing here is, in our world today, the problem is we're surrounded by rampant fear and pessimism. We've got movies that show us these horrible, bleak futures that really suck, and nonstop news cycles. And I'm worried that if we pump our minds with this, that's like actually what we're going to create, because thoughts held in mind produced after their kind. So last year, my friends and I, we actually raised the money, and we actually created this project and made a billboard. We actually put it up here in our town in Oklahoma, and the billboard said, "What if it worked out better than you expected?" And it's seen by millions of people. They left it up for over 6 months, and we actually voted on the designs ourselves, and we asked everybody what they wanted, and we put it up. And we've actually got a third billboard going up here in Los Angeles next month. And, our guidelines are no fear and no politics. And we are doing design contests to allow people to submit designs. And even kids are going to be doing some of the designs. 10% of the designs are done by kids. The idea is to transform the world that we live in and really create a world where we thrive. Because when we think of like when crypto wins, it's a beautiful world, and it's one where billboards don't have pizza ads on them, but nourishing art and inspiring messages that ignite our imagination. And the coolest thing about this is that it's community owned. We can change this world by working together, and this project proves that. This project proves that crypto makes the world more beautiful. We're going to start with billboards, then we're going to move into commercials, all kinds of media, and we're going to do this through permissionless curation and the power of DAOs. It's never been easier, and the time is now. And 100 years from now, we're literally going to have every billboard in existence. We're going to tear half of them down and leave the others ones up for this community project. So that's what I got. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Billboards for a Better World. Up next, we have Natalie, Logan, and Ryan. Wolverine. What is it? Wolverine. Wow, take it away. Logan is screen sharing. Looks like it's working out pretty good. Yeah, just waiting for it to load up. And guys, would you, if you get a chance, hold your mics really close to your mouth so we can hear time. Had a little trouble with engine. We got the power. Is anyone else able to see Logan's screen? I cannot actually see it yet.
No, yet.
No?
Let me retry it.
Sure, yeah. Quick refresh.
All right, 15 FPS that time, hopefully.
Enhance. It's looking like it's not coming through. Do you want to see if someone else from your team can share the slide?
Yeah, Natalie, are you able to?
Let me give it a shot, Natalie. Natalie.
Yes, I'm sharing right now.
I do not see it. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Is it working?
It is. You are on. Thanks for your patience. Take it away.
Great. Hi, I'm Natalie, and I'm here with my co-founder Logan. Today, we're representing the MDAO, an on-chain organization dedicated to accelerating mass adoption and student projects in the University of Michigan community.
The MDAO was started by myself and a few other students in Wolverine Blockchain, an education-focused club in Ann Arbor that I took over 2 years ago.
The MDAO is based on DAO House on the Polygon network, has 18 members, and holds weekly proposal meetings. Last semester, Crypto Campus became the first startup born from an MDAO proposal. We've been working around the clock on the investment side of the DAO, but we need funding and guidance to continue our mass onboarding and community initiatives with Wolverine Blockchain.
The University of Michigan is facing a problem. While Ivy League schools are embracing crypto in their curriculums, ours lacks any form of proper crypto education or Web3 onboarding. In fact, the one blockchain course in the program is taught by an ex-Ripple exec who teaches that decentralization is a utopian fallacy. It's a joke. So why us? How can we fix this problem? Outside of our on campus initiatives, we're actively working and educating in the Web3 space and have been for some time. I personally started the Bitcoin Club at my high school in 2017, rebuilt Wolverine Blockchain at Michigan after the bear market, and over the past year, I've built and run a crypto vertical for Benzinga, as well as hosted Benzinga's live crypto show, interviewing Web3 industry experts for a 12 million monthly reader audience of retail traders. Today, for example, I interviewed Brantley.eth, director of the Ethereum name service.
Clearly, we have the influence and the connections in the industry and in Ann Arbor, but lack the funds to build the bridge between the two. This is why we're doing an on-campus mass onboarding event on March 18th.
We have VFriends, Rainbow Wallet, and more on board already, but we don't have any budget to rent a venue, market the event, or make it something cool that non-crypto native students actually want to be a part of. If we receive the MetaPod grant, it would be actively put to work providing the best crypto and Web3 education available to the talented and entrepreneurial community of students at the University of Michigan. Thank you for your time and consideration. WAGME.
Bazinga, thank you. Handing it over to tap.eth from Poapathon.
All right, go blue. I'm right down the street.
Hey,
Small
let's
world.
go.
Yeah. Go live. How's that look?
Looking like coming online. I see a beautiful Hollywood skyline. Timer starts now.
All right, cool. Hey, I'm Tap from Poapathon. And a few months ago, I was working in a DAO, and we decided we are going to make some POAPs for the community. And we faced the challenge of the question of who was actually going to make a POAP. And so I did my best attempt at hand drawing, and you can see it was a bit of a failure. And so the question really became how we were going to make POAPs that look nice for the community. We're a community of financial analysts, developers. We didn't really have much from a design skill perspective. And so the joke was that we're going to run a contest and call it a Poapathon, like a hackathon. Well, we actually approached UMA, Cheetah, Balancer, and a bunch of other protocols, and they had the same exact issue, which is they have a need for incremental design work. They might have design resources even, but they don't have time. And so we started and threw a 3-week long event that we called Poapathon. And we had amazing results out of the success of that event. The winning artist essentially getting paid in USDC over Matic. So onboarding actually new people into Ethereum in Matic, which was great to see. We had thousands of participants, 200 plus participating artists from over 30 countries. And after the event, we kept on getting approached for more and more POAP design. And so we decided, hey, we could actually turn this into a contest-based service that leveraged native crypto payments. So we did this in late December, and then we got approached to expand services with logo design contests from PeopleDAO, Creator, and even NFT competitions with reality cards and several other entities. We've been driving a lot of the marketing side through a show that we have, Poapathon Live, and we're bringing POGs and POAPs and some more to ETH Denver. We have about 100K in revenue since November. Ton of different participants, amazing feedback, and more or less right now looking for funding so that we can build and scale. Form the DAO as we're working on right now, and just so much more. So one ask is like, hey, if you want to see it as believe it, give it a try. You can try the POAP design competitions at poapathon.com. And if anybody's interested on the funding side, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Up next, Nick90 from the Rep Grind. Nick, are you on the stage, my friend?
Hey, everyone.
There we go. Do you have a screen share?
Marco's going to share the screen, and I'm going to speak over it.
All right, that's I Spy Mark.
Ask me Mark, yeah.
All right, Ask me Mark. We're going to start the timer right now, guys. Go ahead.
Great. Hey, everyone. This is Ninty Nick and Ask me Mark from Rep Grind. the Web3 reputation system builder. So reputation systems today are really fundamental in how humans operate, but the challenge is that they're implicit, and that means that they're centralized. And we want to help to make them decentralized. And to do that, we're going to start to make them explicit. The problem is that building a decentralized reputation system is really hard to make it and to use it. You have to design the economics, write smart contracts, incorporate them into the DAO. And these are all really difficult. So our proposed solution is to create RepGrind, which is a place to discover, create, and apply reputation systems. And how it works is we have a no-code builder that allows you to actually find different building blocks that you might incorporate into a reputation system that will reduce the cost of completing them. And then a marketplace where you can actually discover all these different components and fork and modify and build your own reputation systems from other people's, or by combining them, making new ones. And what we're going to show you is a quick demo. We did our first code commit on Wednesday of last week. What you see here is our score store. We've got 5 different reputation systems. We'll show you one, which is the ape score. And what this is doing is it's pulling data from the Etherscan API to generate a score about this person's wallet, hopefully who owns an ape. 30 seconds left. You enter a wallet address, generate a score. That score is 725. How is it calculated there on the bottom? You can see that this is in the top 1% of ape scores. And it's looking at data about if they hold this NFT, if they have, how many they have, how long they've held them for, and if they minted them. And we can use any data from chain, but taking that data and generating a score and allowing people to, in a DAO, to use that score to say, let them into the DAO or decide who should be good to make particular decisions, are the types of things that you would be able to do with the reputation scores on RepGrind. And then we'll be doing more code commits before ETH Denver. So we're looking forward to the next demo too. Thanks,
All
everyone.
right, keep those commits coming. Thanks, Nick. Up next, Neuroplastic 1 from the Resilience DAO.
All right, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Awesome. I'm sharing my screen right now. Tell me if that comes through.
It
We
looks
good?
like it is coming through. Yeah, we'll start the timer
Awesome.
off now.
All right. The U.S. behavioral health market is projected to grow from a $77.62 billion business in 2021 to $99.4 billion in 2028. This anticipated revenue increase is great news because the mechanism for growth will be increasing numbers of individuals prioritizing their mental health. Despite this positive trend, I'm feeling apprehensive. As a licensed clinical professional counselor, I typically see 20 plus clients a week with no end to the inquiries from those seeking care. I'm really tired, and I'm not alone. The American Psychological Association conducted a survey in 2021 and found that the current mental health crisis caused by COVID-19 is placing stress on providers unlike ever before, with more than half of those surveyed reporting that they have had to turn to peers for consultation and support to deal with burnout. Frustratingly, there is currently no unified resource where mental health professionals can easily seek support from one another. This creates professional isolation, which research tells us leads to burnout, compassion fatigue, and ultimately leaving the field. The solution to this problem is professional connection. Research has concluded that mental health professionals who regularly engage in consultation with peers are less prone to engage in cognitive biases, engage in therapeutic drift away from evidence-based practice, experience lower anxiety about their work, and are less likely to burn out. And grant funds given to will be used to create professional connection by developing an easily searchable repository for mental health providers to find consultation and care. We are developing media in the form of a podcast and newsletter reducing feelings of isolation. Field. We are also planning to interface with professional organizations and local legislatures to encourage positive policy change. We are going to tokenize professional participation, bringing a new population into the Web3 space. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, congratulations, guys. That was amazing. You all crushed it, and that was honestly better than I ever could have even hoped for. So give yourselves a round of applause. Give you a little, just right here. Cheers. Go, clap it up, clap it up. I know it's hard on Discord sometimes.
Yeah, woo!
There we go. You made it. You made it. Well, that was awesome. Seriously, the energy, the presentations, the ideas, they got me really feeling it right now. So kudos to you guys. Thanks for showing up here. And yeah, we're going to go into and just like talk about the event a little bit. I want to let all of you guys know who have made it here that you're all invited to come to the event, regardless of whether you make it to the final 10 or not. We want you to be there to participate, to talk to the members and the people who are showing up at the event. So we will post the invite link where you can grab a ticket in one of these channels. Which channel, Jeremy? We're going to put it in. Put it in the discussion.
Yeah, right in discussion's good.
We'll pop it in the discussion channel right after, so you guys can grab your tickets. That's a little platform called. Yep.
And also, all of the participants today of the top 20 will be receiving a POAP as well, which is going to give you some cool extra perks and bonuses as
Heck
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
more POAPs. Yeah. So yeah, that is it basically for the presentations. We're going to go into a deliberation phase, talk a little about project, spend some time them. So sponsors, allies, setup guides, check the votes channel, and more discussion that needs to happen. Discussion channel. Top 10 announcements on Monday. Prepared to pitch in Denver. That's it for the announcement. I'd love to open this up. We'll still have time. They want to hang out for a little bit of discussion. Let's just do a quick open floor.
I'll just quickly apologize about the egg sugar. I was a little bit close to the mic, maybe a couple times, and I was kind of learning as I was going.
We're all learning. We're all learning as we're going here. So.
And at the same time, to add to it, I was also recording and busy, kind of like maintaining that. So with
Everyone
that,
should have permission to speak too now. You just got to rejoin if you can't. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's just I was recording the whole show here, and I still am right now. And as soon as we're done, I'll get it uploaded to YouTube, and I will post a link to it on in the discussions channel.
Amazing, and that'll give a chance for all the sponsors who weren't able to attend today to watch the videos and hear the pitches. And then sponsors should also be able to see top 20 channels. So if you do something or you want to find out a little bit more about each project, you just go in there, look at the speaker, and then check out their project.
Are we free to just ask questions?
100%, please.
I would, hi everyone, my name is Dennison. I'm a co-founder at Tally. We're a DAO tooling provider. Something that I'd be really interested to hear from the participants here is when they think about creating a DAO, when they think about creating an organization, right? The moment before, the idea is just sort of bubbling up in your brain, and you think, I should have a DAO for this, or DAO would be applicable for this. What is it that you need, or what is it you feel like is missing in terms of being able to make that a reality? Certainly there's tools that like deploy DAOs and tools that allow you to, interact with your DAOs, but what is it that you sort of really feel like is missing or you need to make your spark of your idea really catch and turn into a fire?
That is a great question. Come on, who wants to take it?
Sorry, go ahead. You go first.
Yeah, I'll be short with it. We use DAO House, and it's a really good platform that has a lot of advantages. And on Polygon, it's really cheap for gas fees, so we can do on-chain voting. But there's certain limitations to what tokens the vaults can hold, like we can't have certain NFTs. So hopefully that will come in an update soon.
Logan, I think you're up next.
That was me. I think Tap.eth is up next.
Yeah, hey, I've built companies for a long time, and the first question I think is the community there? I think we've determined that at Poapathon to now build a DAO. It makes a lot of sense. But I think the questions are like, how do we do this legally and fair and make sure that, you know, we do it in a way that we don't get in trouble. And I think like having a checklist, like I don't know all the things that we need to go do compared to building a venture company. So for me, like that's top of mind, just sharing with where we're at from a build perspective. You got an easy checklist.
Hey, that's a good need we got right there. I'm gonna chime in on this as well because for me, key is transparency across all avenues. Transparency, legal ramifications, transparency, like salary potential, decision making. And what I find is the more complicated the rules are, the less transparent. And it may all be on chain, proposals may all be there. You don't know how to use it, and you're not how to read proposals, then it can be really hard to find your way in and figure out what. One of the biggest questions I get asked all the time is like, how do I make this sustainable? Like, I'm doing a coordinate circle for like words, like could be little, people could value my work, they could not. So getting really transparent on how we could show people how they can make it sustainable for themselves and they can join this DAO ecosystem, contribute their energy and their efforts creating.
Does anyone have experience with DAO incorporation in Wyoming, and would you recommend it?
I incorporated a DAO in Wyoming. I have been told many times that that may have been a mistake. I would say I'm not a lawyer and this isn't legal advice, but if you're trying to do a token, you definitely don't want to go there. And then you're really looking at like the case law between the precedents in Wyoming versus the precedents in Delaware is kind of like the major consideration.
Thank you.
I will also say when we founded the Raid Guild, first year or so, we functioned on-chain DAO, and we went after Lex DAO, Delaware LLC, just because of the nature of the actual DAO law, and the LLC was better protection for us than I think going strictly to the DAO route.
Does anyone have opinions on the same token? No pun intended. On the same token, the Colorado LCA. Has anyone gone that route or have any input on that?
That's the route we're planning on going in, and you know, it's just been my understanding that you treat tokens like patronage.
Right. So that there's no way to. I guess the big thing there is that they can't be liquid at all, as I understand it.
I think it's up in the air. It's up in the air right now.
Yeah, it has to be community driven. You can't promote it, but it can happen. You just can't promote it.
It's like you can't directly create liquidity pool token, things like that. I know the founder of Denver, he has a company as well called Opolis. They are LCA as well, and they have their.
East Denver too is an LCA.
Right, the Spork DAO, right?
Yeah, that would be Spork DAO.
Interesting. Thanks for the insights.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys can actually. I think 0x Joshua wrote a really awesome post on the LCA and how Spork DAO is using it, where East Denver's kind of now a community run event, even though it's still the community needs to run it, so it requires, of course, some degree of centralization because it's physical. But yeah, really cool.
If you have a DAO that's incorporated in Wyoming, can you also get it incorporated in Colorado?
This is not legal advice, but I don't know if you could double incorporate a project. I think you kind of need to pick a state.
Yeah, I think I remember in 2019 the Wyoming hackathon I went there to hack, intended to hack, but I worked with a few of the DAO House crew, and they worked on something called Lasso DAO, which basically was trying to create a series LLC in Wyoming. So you can establish a series in Wyoming and then have the actual entity being in a different state. I don't really know how that works, not legal advice, but yeah, definitely something to explore.
And just as
Hey,
a
one,
teaser, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say one other thing because I kind of mentioned checklist kind of jokingly, but like fundraising normally is one thing, which I have experience in venture capital. But it's like, how do you do that similarly with the DAO and set right expectations? Uh, you know, before it was like, hey, let's go to Y Combinator, grab their term sheets, and go. um, like that, it has to be that easy, right? In order to get critical mass. So, oh, and I just got this is not legal advice. Thanks. But yeah, that's something like from my perspective that would be super helpful. Is like, yeah, if you're gonna go take funding, here is a set of people to consider it from, and here's the type of terms it should be. And it might not be that cut or dry yet, but it'd be super helpful if people have examples they could share.
And at the event, we will have Lex DAO members present. You guys will get a chance to ask some questions to them directly, so that they can sound check where you're at.
Has anybody used doula for the formation of a DAO before?
First time I'm hearing of it.
They have some like $350 a year service or something, and I think that they do a Wyoming DAO LLC route.
Sounds like a great way to birth a DAO. Sorry, I had to do that. So, still open floor. Any questions or thoughts or directional stuff that you guys would like to share right now?
I'd just like to say thank you to everyone for creating a support system, and I'm really looking forward to East Denver. Super grateful.
Likewise, great to meet everyone.
Hey guys, thank you for doing this. I do have a question for the people experienced building DAOs. What do you think are some of the common misconceptions that builders have when they first come into building a DAO for the first time?
Can I ask you to clarify when you say builder, what do you mean?
Like, let's say someone says, hey, I want to build a DAO, and then they go about it. Are there any common like misconceptions that people have about building DAOs that you find? And just really general advice for people doing it for the first time.
Yeah, I would love to give some advice there. So I've created a couple DAOs. Only one of them has really taken off. That's Dope Wars, which is a decentralized video game development studio, essentially, and they're building this video game. And the thing that really contributed to its success was setting upfront expectations and sort of rules about how the DAO is going to work. A lot of times DAOs like to figure it out along the way, which is totally legit. But that along the way can be a lot of strife, pain, and heartbreak. So one of the things that I did for Dope Wars right in the beginning was to be clear that the organization was going to be truly a DAO. Anyone was free to build upon it, but that there should be a social expectation that the members contribute back to the DAO treasury from what they've actually built. In the beginning, the DAO did not hold any of its own tokens, nor had any funds, but they ended up, through the activity of the DAO, the treasury I think is maybe like $1 million now, and they routinely they airdropped everyone their sort of like everyone got a governance token free. It was a free mint in the beginning, and then they all got this sort of like currency for this game. And the DAO actually has to earn its currency back from the users, from the DAO members. So they have to do things that are valuable and interesting that the DAO members are willing to pay for, and that money goes back into the DAO. So they've sort of created this cyclical system. But the thing that was really critical to the success, I think, in the beginning was setting straight that anyone can build on it, but the community can sort of like support projects if it wants, but you're sort of required to give back. And if you leave, I think probably the biggest takeaway is that if you leave, at the end of the day, DAOs end up being kind of political organizations. And if you leave a political power vacuum or a lack of clarity somewhere in a DAO, that is going to be a seed that may fester in your community long term, where there's like a lack of clarity of like who is quote unquote responsible. So, you know, when setting up a DAO, really think carefully about, is this something that you're willing to let the community take from you and continue working on? If that's okay with you. If not, like if this is something that you want to run and be like quote unquote leader of for a long time, it's important to set those expectations up front. And that may inform your DAO choice, right? You may want to go with something like a Moloch DAO versus Compound DAO, governor style DAO, which is what Tally supports. You may want to give your community members the opportunity to exit whenever they want. If you're going to say, hey, we're building a DAO, but I'm going to run it, then you need to be upfront with your community members and allow them the ability to leave if they no longer trust you. So, something to keep in mind.
Yeah, I'll chime in on that. I think communication, the absolute key. And you know, I had someone talk to me about the process of offboarding from a DAO, how that is like doesn't exist. When do you get to hand over your responsibilities on an exit or a team working on setting those up? Doesn't throw a wrench in it. All your information are documented happening, because I think a lot of people think having a DAO is going to be super easy, like a kumbaya circle. We'll all figure it out together, but it can be level.
Cut out there,
really
Yeller.
Sorry, I think I'm having some mic issues. Communication. Well, guys, if we don't have any more thoughts, questions, or discussion here, let's bring it to a close. And once again, thank you to everyone for showing up, presenting. We're going to go into the judging phase.
This is great.
Thank you, everyone.
Super appreciate it. We'll see you guys.
We're going to share tickets with everyone for the IRL event. And then again, the top 20 will be receiving a POAP. So just check your private channels for the links there to claim. Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
See
Have a
you
good
in
weekend.
Denver.
so much.
DM.
Later, y'all. Thanks.